Hello, my name is Jillian Pigeon, and I did my news analysis presentation on the paper market. Why I choose this. People always talk about the gas prices, but what about the businesses with paper? The businesses with paper are suffering from inflation just as much. It is just like the gas prices. The prices have skyrocketed for a lot of manufacturing companies. Secondly, it is not talked about as much, but is still a big problem. Because there is a shift to technology, most businesses are trying to advance the society and put everything online or on a computer to make it simpler and more cost-effective. Lastly, family and envelope business. I also focus on this because my family owns a church envelope offering business. If you've ever been to church, they create the envelopes that go in the pews and that you put your donation money into. The website Church Budget stated, the meaning of the church is the church, and then lastly, after the dash is the budget envelope company. That is what the company does. Secondly, it was started in 1917. It started with my great-grandfather. His name was James A. Pigeon. We are currently in the 4th generation, which is my dad, and if me and my brother were to pursue this, that would make us the 5th generation. We did start my offering, so these past couple years, it was started due to the pandemic. It hit so hard, we had to think of a more simpler way. My offering is a way to make donations online or on the website. You simply go online and there is a step-to-step process of the explanation. It also gives you how the pricing works. It's just a simple electronic giving way to make it more cost-effective. And lastly, printing and manufacturing all day. We provide churches across the country to make ministries possible. The goal is to provide the best quality product at the best possible price. About Paper Trader. This is a quarterly publication that helps the paper industry set prices and forecast. There is a lot of graphs in this article or paper, and they do a lot of comparing and looking how the prices have changed throughout the years. Risks surround that there is inflation and impact in demand, and this causes an increase in inflation. With these price increases, like I mentioned, this is forcing a shift from a more remote and technological standpoint. This is a more digital communication tools that are driven by the pandemic. And lastly, with the paper market still driven by the supply constraints, producers continue to find for a price increase. This is simply saying a higher level of supply, you have higher returns in the price appreciation over the time. According to Paper Trader publication, we expect North Americans' printing and writing demand to rise from a total of 5% from 2021 to 2022. This percent is larger than expected. Recovery has left the market extremely tight and has prevented a demand from a stronger rebound. Secondly, latest price increase include 4 to 8% increase on coated papers that are backed up from the industry. We expect these prices to be implemented from September, and it brings us a total price increase up to 30 to 40% compared in 2019. We expect uncoated free sheet demand to decline from 2023 to 2024. However, there's an up risk here depending on how the demand has developed in these next future years. And lastly, global paper output is expected to be from 416 million tons to 2022. For this last point, it really stood out to me because there is still 4 million tons short of the 2018 level. That is simply just 4 years apart. That has dramatically already increased or decreased. So the positives about this paper trader. It shows the ups and downs that the paper industry is having. With this first point, it's just showing us how the pandemic has caused a lot of downfall in these years in a lot of places. There's just things that show us that are most essential. Secondly, a lot of statistics and percentages comparing previous and future years. These statistics are very helpful because they show us throughout all the years. And as I read through this, it makes me realize how much of a downfall there was from just 2020 to 2022, and that was simply just 2 years. And lastly, demand for packaging products is always expanding. Online sales of pulp and paper products are growing in the United States and China. More than 15% of the United States is expected to occur online in 2022. And there's always negatives about the paper. Obviously, inflation. Inflation is driven by disruptions in paper and raw material availability. Labor shortages are resulting from increasing in the remote workforce and employees transitioning to higher paying jobs. The pandemic has caused companies to shut down, so that means they're struggling with labor shortages. And third, demand uncertainty. It is caused by the rising of global demand with dramatic changes in consumption of consumers, shifting focus to the pandemics being more affordable services. And then obviously the ways paper made. Paper was made in the 19th century by hand. Shortly after this, paper machines were made, and this made it obviously more easier. Nowadays, you have to make sure all your machines are well equipped and up to date because they have to be manufactured correctly. If this is not, it could potentially mess up the whole system and you can produce a lot of waste of product that you would have to throw away. And then where is the paper market headed in 2022? The Business Partner magazine, the article is titled Major Reasons Behind the Decline in Demand of Paper Market in Recent Years, stated, we see an optimization becoming a significant selling point throughout our industry. Next, the industry experts expect paperboard to account for 2/3 of global paper output by the end of 2022. So when will the shortages end? That is the big question that we're headed into 2023 and 2024 to see what we could do about these paper shortages. And then my references. Thank you.